Everyone, welcome to the show. So, I don't know if you guys saw this the other day, but Donald Trump pulled this stunt. Okay. He had a DoorDash driver come and deliver McDonald's to the White House. So clearly, this was pre planned because you can't just show up at the White House, right? Like, even if they were to call DoorDash, you're not going to be invited up to the front door of the White House and asked to come in. Just a random person. Like it could be a murderer. They could show up with a weapon, a bomb, what have you. So obviously, they're doing a background check on this person and this was very clearly a stunt. So this woman shows up. Donald Trump starts talking to her. It becomes kind of uncomfortable because he asks her, "Oh, did you vote for me?" And you can tell like she's trying to be polite, but she doesn't want to say, "No, I didn't vote for you in the last election." So anyway, that all went down. Basically, he's doing this because, as everyone knows, this is tax week. Taxes are due tomorrow, and Trump is trying to make it make it out like, "Oh, look at what a great job I'm doing. I did all these wonderful things for the people. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, blah, blah, blah." It's bullshit. We all know that it's bullshit because it's temporary. He only did a 2-year tax break on those things. And it's not no tax, it's you have to get a tax refund come tax time. So it's bullshit because all the tax breaks that he gave his wealthy buddies are permanent. So anyway, come to find out, this whole setup, this whole, thing that he tried to pull, this whole grand scheme with this woman showing up, this, DoorDash grandma, as they were calling her, and she has a shirt that says that. It's even more of a scam than we thought. So take a look at this.
This is the world's most famous DoorDash delivery.
Maybe. I don't know that I would ever be able to say that I've delivered to anybody else that's been more high profile.
How was President Trump?
Very, very kind.
Do you like the Oval?
Oh, it was beautiful.
It's your first time meeting the president?
Yes. First time in DC.
Did you vote for him?
I have. Yes.
In the last election?
Well, I was actually moved, so I hadn't had a chance to change my voter registration. But again, this is about no tax on tips, and that's really what I'm here for.
Where do you live now?
I leave tomorrow night.
No, where do you live?
Oh, I live in Arkansas.
I live in Arkansas. You don't say. So his whole stunt trying to show the American people, look at what a great job I'm doing for you, it now gets blown up because we now know that he wasted our tax dollars, our hard-earned tax dollars, to fly this woman in from Arkansas. He flew her from Arkansas to DC to pull this stunt. Like, but no, we have to have Doge. We have to cut all of these people's jobs. We have to eliminate all of this spending. We have to kill people around the world by cutting USAID funding because we can't afford it, because we have to cut back because of, our national debt is so high and blah, blah, blah. And there's just too much waste, fraud, and abuse. But I am going to pull a stunt and fly a woman in from Arkansas to DC. And presumably the reason he chose this woman was number one, because she is obviously an older woman. So I'm assuming he's trying to make some sort of point about Social Security, maybe, as well as no tax on tips. But also her husband had cancer. He is a cancer survivor, which I'm, happy to hear that for the two of them. And Donald Trump, it comes up, Well, he's discussing this with her about how, oh, well, that picture that I put out of myself that everybody thinks I was trying to make myself look like Jesus. No, I was a doctor in that photo. I don't know if you guys saw that photo, but he was clearly not a doctor. It was very obviously him supposedly as Jesus healing someone. I mean, the guy has always had such a God complex, but that comes up in their conversation. And then it comes up that, oh, her husband wrote a book. And Donald Trump says, oh, why don't you tell everybody the name of the book? And so then she says, I think she gave him the name, but she said, the book hasn't been published yet. And then she talks about how it's about, oh, having humility. So all around fail, wasting our tax money on a cheap political stunt. Like you couldn't find a DoorDash driver in DC. Seriously? But waste, fraud, and abuse, guys. That's what we should be worried about. That's why tens of thousands of government employees should lose their job because of waste, fraud, and abuse. All right, there you go. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please please share this video so other people know about this fraud another fraud that he just perpetuated or perpetrated on the American people. If you can donate, truly appreciate it. Subscribe if you have not. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.